Hello. So we are going to start the next video in this series that is about running a Docker container. So I don't know how to run a Docker container yet, but we're going to find that out very soon. Okay, so the lab is started. Now we need to start the Docker server. That is what we have to do. So they need to deploy a nginx container on application server 1. Please complete task as details given below. On this server, create a container named this using the image this with alpine tag and make sure container is in running state. Okay. Now on this application server 1, create a container named this. First of all, I need to log in. For that, I will fetch the details of this server. Server 1, it said. Nautilus app 1, it should be this one. And the password is Iron Man. Application server 1, just to be sure. App 1, yeah, this one. And the password is Iron Man. So SSH this at the rate do I have to give the no, I have to give the username. Okay. Tony at the rate this server. I want to connect, yes. The password is to be confirmed capital Iron Man. Okay. IR0 and M at the rate N. Maybe I typed it wrong. IR0 and M at the rate N. IR0 and M at the rate N. Okay, we are in. Now create a container named this using image. Let me see the image ls-a. Okay, create a container using image. So I'll have to first check how to do that. Okay, there is a documentation available. Okay, I didn't know that this is the exact same, the one that I'm doing, but okay. Sudo this is the thing. Docker run -d name nginx. Instead of using this now, I'm gonna look either at the documentation or the recommendation given by Merlin, because it will actually help me understand the command. Okay. To create a container named this using this image, you can use the following command: docker run name this -d nginx. The command will create a new container with the name this using the nginx image. Okay, it will create this named container using this image. The -d flag tells Docker to run the container in detached mode, which means it will run in the background. Okay, it will not just attach, it will run, but in the background. The run command is used to start a new container from an image. Okay, so the run command is used to start new image. We can give the -d flag tells Docker to run the container in detached mode, which means it will run in the background. Okay, it will not just attach, it will run, but in the background. The run command is used to start a new container from an image. Okay, so the run command is used to start new container from an image. By specifying the container name with the name flag, we can give the container a specific name instead of using a randomly generated one. The nginx in the above command is the name of the image that we want to use. Cool, cool. So Docker, then run. Why run? Run helps us start a container from an image, then the name of that container, and then minus d. Minus d is for detached mode, and nginx is the name of the image that you're going to use to create the container. Now, just to be sure, let me see if there's anything else in there. Okay, so in this place, mostly things are same, but the thing that is not same is this port 8080 colon 80 and this colon alpine and this minus p. So I don't know like what is the difference between this command and the previous command. That's why I'm going to copy this. I'm going to check on Google uh, the difference between this command and that the previous one. So I copied this. I'm gonna paste this. I'm gonna search. The good thing about Merlin is that it is using AI to help me analyze things. Okay. So the first command is used to run Docker container named this with this image detached mode. This means that the container will run in the background. However, there is no port mapping specified, so the default port is 80 inside the container. It is not accessible from the host machine. The second command, docker run minus d name, does the same as the first one, but an additional argument. The minus p argument is used to map a host port to a container port. In this case, it maps the host port. Okay, it is a short one. I'm gonna copy this. No more. I'm gonna ask this again. Okay, this is using GPT-4. I had to use GPT-3. Never mind. Yeah, and then this one also deploys the container, but it uses Alpine image, a version of nginx based on the lightweight Alpine Linux distribution. Furthermore, unlike the first command, this one includes the minus p 8080 colon 80 parameter, which maps the port 80 in the container to port 8080. See, the earlier it said it uses the default port 80. Now it is using the 8080 port instead of just 80, I guess. Which maps port 80 to the container to port 8080 on the host machine. This means that the nginx server inside the container can be accessed via port 8080 on host. Let me just reread this last line because this is a key thing. This means that then this server inside the container can be accessed via port this on the host. Okay, so what are we doing? We are creating a container, right? We're creating a container, and that container is using that pre-existing image, and that container, that pre-existing image, the nginx server, can be accessed via this port. Therefore, the inclusion of port mapping and the specific version of nginx image distinguishing the two commands. You access the nginx server from your host machine, you want to use a second command line instruction. If you access the server from your host machine, you know, yeah, because we want to use it on the second machine, right? So we need to have the port one. Okay, cool. If that is the case, then I'm gonna, like, before just directly copying the command, I'm going to check the details again using the image this with alpine tag and make sure the container is in running state. Okay, again it should be in running state and with alpine tag. Now how to use tags in Docker? Let me search that. So alpine tag, how to use tags in Docker while creating while creating what container. Oh, yeah, again Docker tags are just an alias for an image ID. See, so we had an image for the nginx one and we use the tag alpine. So if we go to the previous one, let me just see the documentation just once again. See, here also it is using a version. Anything else? Docker using image tags. Let's see geeks for geeks. Docker tag source image. Anything else? Anything else? I don't like this one particularly. Let me just search for alpine tag inside. Alpine, alpine tag. By command line. Let's see what result do we get. Okay, Docker run it alpine. We have. I'm gonna go to the command, see what differences it has. So I'm gonna copy this first. So what it has done is it has just specified a port mapping. Also, it has given the tag alongside the image. Okay. So instead of copying it, let me just type it so that I can remember it. So Docker. What do I have to do? I have to create a container. So run, like from where? Not from where. What should be the Docker container name? It should be this nginx 1, and I have to give a port mapping. So -p, which port? 8080, to which one? The default one, that is 80. And now I have to use the image, so I'm passing in the image name and I'm using a tag, so that tag is alpine. Now there was one difference I saw in the previous command. Let's see that. Okay, there is d, this call slash -d. So what it will do is it will run the container in a detached mode. I have to do this then. So just run -d and enter. Okay, it's saying unable to find image latest locally. Requested resource is denied. Do I need to use sudo? Yes, it seems I need to use sudo. Then I'll do sudo sudo su. Password for Tony was IR0 and m@n. Now we are in root. Let's try the command again. I'm gonna see if Docker is installed. Docker. Again, they used a kind of command like docker ps. I am not really sure what is Docker PS. Let me search it. Docker PS. Okay, it only shows the running container by default. Shows both running and stopped container. Cool. Do I have some containers running right now? Docker PS. Container ID, image, command, none. Right now there are 0 Docker containers. So cool. Let's create one then. I'm gonna copy the above command again. I'm gonna paste it. Unable to find again. Oh, they said the same thing, I guess. But the thing is, see, Docker images, it said. I don't have a image locally right now. I need to have that. Then what should I do? Do I have a hint here? No. See, this is the command. Unable to find this locally. I'm gonna copy this and search it. Uh, Not working for me. I'm gonna copy this, try to search it. Let me see. There's a Medium article. Let's refer that. See the difference. It is asking me to pull the image from the alpine tag. So I need to pull that image first and then maybe run that one. Right? Cool. So there is the command called docker pull. We have to get the image first. That is pretty obvious, but I didn't know how to fetch the image. So now I know docker pull. Nice. Okay, it has downloaded it. Now we can, I guess, run this previous command. Let me press enter. Again, it is saying the same thing. Do I need to go into this folder? Not sure. Okay, let me search it again then. Okay. Instead of passing in the port, we are just using the simple tags, the one that we used earlier. Wait, did it work? It actually worked. See the difference. Docker run -d. Oh, I didn't give the name tag earlier. I did not share the name tag, no? I didn't. Okay. Okay, in this one also I had the name tag. So we need to pass in the name tag as well. Cool. Now let's check if the Docker is running. Docker PS. Yes, it is running. It should be running, right? Let me. Yeah. Status up 43 seconds. Cool. Before anything, let me see if there's anything else. And yeah, Docker image. I should also run Docker image. Yes, okay, yeah, image. Docker image. Images. It is not image. It is images. Right. We have an nginx alpine image, and we have a Docker container running. Anything else do we need to check? Okay, it is asking me to check it on port 8080, even though I didn't map it onto port 8080, so I'll try to use the default one. Fail to connect. Cool. I knew that it wouldn't connect. What should I do then? It is in running state. Let me try to check it. Yeah, confirm. Cool. So it didn't really ask us to map a port, so it said it is completed. Well, I'm happy. Let's move on to the next one then. The next one in this series is this one. Docker delete a container, which I would have just done if like the previous command did not work. I would have to delete the container and then redo the steps with the port mapping, but it worked. Nice, nice. Okay, I didn't collect the, what was that? Let me go back. Collect 50 ना, I didn't collect it. कोई बात नहीं. Moving on to the next one.